Hey, hi, I hope you had a great weekend. Let's get it, bitches.
Live from the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat, written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack, featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Monday, June 28th, 2021, and this is episode number 279 of the show. And Barry on Deck, as always, now brought to you by the AP Law Group. If you have been injured in an accident or hit by an 18-wheeler, call them. 713-913-GO-AP is the number. APLawgroup.com. They are going to take care of you. Hey, welcome. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Oh, am I bright? Okay, let's explain what's going on here. White magic right off the rip. I'm bright as fuck. I definitely got a new light. Yeah, I did get a new light, and I don't like the way it looks. I'm supposed to be able to control this. Is it super bright? I don't know how else to fix this, you guys. Let me see. Hold on. Let me. Is that bad? I don't know how to. Yeah, I got like a hotspot right here, right? I don't know how to fix this, you guys. Let's see. Let's reset everything. Let's bring down the No. What? Hold on. How's that? Is that any better? Yeah, I don't like this light. Hold on. Fuck this light. We're going to fix this right now. I don't know how to control this light. It's brand new. I don't like it. I don't like the light. It's an Elgato ring light. Oh, look at that. Now it got all scary and dark. Have no fear. I bought this new Elgato ring light, and I'm supposed to be able to control it from my phone. However, for some goddamn reason, I am unable to control it from said phone. This looks a little bit. Oh, that's a weird ass shadow right in the middle of my face. I don't like any of this, you guys. What is happening right now? There we go. We'll fix this. We'll just reset all this. Hold on. Pause. This is not going well, people. Okay. That's a little better, maybe. You just got to see my dick. That's better. We'll rock with that. We'll deal with it for now. I don't like it. New light, huh? Okay, fantastic. This sucks so bad. Hey, welcome to the show. We'll deal with it. I'll figure it out. I don't know what to do. We do have a lot to discuss today. And don't forget, first things first, a 2-hour show. What is this? What is happening here? That's too bright. A 2-hour show this afternoon as well. So I do have an extra show planned for you guys. I don't know what's going on. Fuck it. So Monday it is, I promise you, your one extra show for the month of June. I'll have the light situation figured out by then, but we're going to do an extra show tonight, 7 to 9 p.m., an extra Barry on Deck. If you are a member of the Patreon, if you're not, then you're not going to be able to get to it. It's going to be a private 2-hour show that I'll be doing just for the Patreon folks. Typical Barry on Deck, sports and non-sports and everything else, and we'll get to that and discuss it, I promise. Now, for this show, let's kick it off like we always do. We always start off with the greatest deckhead in the history of the world. And today, that is Shelby. She is the greatest deckhead in the history of the world. Shelby was first in, got the first super chat in. A lot of folks were in early, though. It looks like at 152, Shelby, Mr. Mina, Brandon Martinez, Jeff Bell, Eric Resendez, all in at the same time, but Shelby was the first. And I want to point out, Jeff Bell said her reign of terror ends on Friday. Well, I guess not, Mr. Bell. Looks like Shelby got you again. So suck it, I guess, is the term we're looking for here. I don't know. This light, okay. I'm fixing this. It's just driving me insane, so we're going to move this over here. Listen, if I unplug the show, folks, let's not worry about it. I can't deal with this. I can't have the show looking all jankety and shit for 2 straight hours. I refuse. Yay, nay, I refuse. Let's move this over here. We're going to drop this down. All right. Better? Much. Okay. I don't even know what I'm turning down over here. All right. This show is a goddamn clusterfuck. What did Total Dallas say? Shelby's on PEDs. Probably. It's very possible that she is on PEDs. But you know what? No, not that kind of private show. What's up, House? So let's get this show going. Let's say what's up to everybody in the chat, and then we got to get on some sort of normalcy here. This show is all off the rails. It's all fucked up, and I can't be having that. So, also, this goddamn desk. Can I just start this show over? Can we just do this again? Huh? Can I just? Hey, what's up? I hope you had a good weekend. Let's go. Nah, fuck it. It just doesn't even matter anymore. This is the weirdest goddamn start to a show I think I've ever been a part of. Look at this. Hold on. I want you guys to see this goddamn light I bought. This light is fucking ginormous. Look at the size of this fucking thing. So, well, number one, I think what I know is that you can't have the goddamn thing this close. It's got to be further back. But also, I'm supposed to be able to control the color of the light and dim it from my phone. None of that happened. So now I don't know if I'm going to have to return that light. It's nice. I mean, it's an Elgato ring light. They're super nice. I don't know. It's a big ass light though. Did you steal the white wall of an old ass tire? No, that's the ring light. I know it does look like I took this from a caddy, right? That's the fucking light. It does look like it's from a caddy. Barry on product reviews is my favorite. Okay. You know what? Go fuck yourselves. All of you. Every last one of you. I do have this fancy remote. You want to see something stupid about this? Okay, that's that one. Let me show you about this technology here. This is all fucked up too. Supposedly, so this is the remote for my other lights. I have these. Let me turn on Flex Cam. I'll show you one of the lights I got over there. If you look at Flex Cam, you see that light right there? I have 2 of those as well, right? And supposedly with this little doohickey, you can turn the light on and off. Cool, right? Cool, right? And then you can turn this remote off. You just hold the on button and it turns it off. Problem is, you can't turn the goddamn remote back on. Don't buy these lights. That's the moral of the story. Once the remote is off, you cannot turn it back on. What's up, Vincent? Welcome, my friend. Welcome indeed. Barry could hula hoop with that light. Well, maybe not. Bitch. You calling me fat? Hey, I just want to say, it's not a toilet seat. It's not a toilet seat, okay? You guys stop making fun of my light. I won't have it. We have so much to do, and you guys are bullshitting with all the shenanigans, and I'm not here. I won't stand for it. I'm not even shouting out the chat now because you guys are being absolute jerks about the whole light situation and how I'm going to fix this, which I really don't know. I really don't know because I threw the goddamn box away for this. How does my whole head fit in this thing? That's not good. Okay, this show is so weird. I don't even know what to do right now. Let's just do some sports headlines, shall we? Hey, Demaryius Thomas is retiring from the NFL as a Bronco, and the first person to bring up Hall of Fame talk is getting banned. Josh Naylor has broken his ankle in a collision and will need surgery after being carted off the field and a lengthy delay in the game. So pretty bad news there for Mr. Naylor. The Mariners' Hector Santiago, first player to be ejected amid MLB's crackdown on sticky stuff. He swears up and down that it was just the rosin that they're allowed to use and no more. We'll see how it goes. They're obviously going to send that off and have it tested, which I think they should and they need to. But apparently they looked at his hat and didn't find anything, gave it back to him. And then got his glove and kind of started looking closer and closer and felt like it was a little too tacky in there. Threw him out of the game, confiscated his glove, and then he went afterwards and said, look, it was nothing. I mean, I used rosin and that's it. The crazy thing about him getting ejected was he pretended like he was going to sneak off and run from the umpires before the check. And then went over there and got checked and was like, I was just joking. That's a bad look, though. If you pretend to sneak off and then get busted. Now, the real question is this, and I think it brings up a good point, because it is the first violation of the new rule and checks from MLB. The interesting thing is if you've got, let's say you've got a starter who a couple innings in gets ejected because of that, the umps think it's a substance. And then you go on to lose that game. Your bullpen is taxed. It just messes up everything. And then the MLB tests the glove and goes, yeah, it was just rosin. That's our bad. Now what? That's a pretty bad look for baseball if that's going to be the case. So I think they got to be really careful. Now, it's not going to be like, like drug test in the field where you're just like, oh, is this crack cocaine? You put it in a vial and shake it and you're like, crack cocaine, you're busted. I mean, you can't do that, obviously. But it does present a dilemma. What if they're wrong? What if they're wrong and they yank a pitcher from the game too soon? That would be good. Yeah, maybe fine the umpire. Pretty good. Vicente, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Appreciate your support. Good to have you back in the chat with the rest of these dumb, dirty, damn deckheads. Or well, I did the order wrong, but I didn't put Shelby's super chat on here either. But there it is. He said yank. All right. Same stuff Shelby is using. Shelby's not cheating. Shelby's not cheating. Okay? You guys are just slow as fuck. Here's the rest of your sports headlines. The Blazers have named Chauncey Billups as their head coach. The source says that they signed a 5-year deal. This was an interesting one. I mean, Billups was one of the finalists. They did not go with Becky Hammon. By the way, remind me, we got to talk about White Magic getting blocked on Twitter. Sadly and unfortunately, Becky Hammon did not get the job with the Portland Trail Blazers, and instead Chauncey Billups does get the 5-year deal. A lot of people love Chauncey Billups, think he's a great leader. Interesting thing is they had to look into his background. If you'll recall, Billups, I want to say 5-7 years ago, was in court being accused of rape. No criminal charges were ever filed. He did settle the case in civil court. Now, the Clippers and the Cavs have both done due diligence on Chauncey Billups in the past and found that whatever they did find wasn't egregious enough, or they felt wasn't damning enough to prevent them from including them in their organization. Eventually, the Cavs did not make him the president of basketball operations, but he was in consideration for that, or maybe he turned him down. I don't know which. Fact of the matter is, though, the Trailblazers had to do the same thing. Now, I don't know what due diligence they did on top of what the Clippers have done or what the Cavs have done in the past, but I think it's really interesting. You've now got a head coach who has settled a civil rape suit and had those allegations levied against him. And I know a lot of people, I saw one guy online who was like, well, this is just, imagine being the victim and look, and I've always said, we have to believe women, right? We have to believe women. But at the same time, you have to let the courts and due process take its toll and run its course. And we have to think that if a team does its part in looking into this and they found nothing, then they found nothing. Did you do the research as well? Did you look into this? So I think it's a slippery slope, right? I think it's a real slippery slope. This has been in the courts. This has been settled. We don't know. I don't know the particulars of it, but I have to imagine that this is the third team that he's been offered a head coaching or office job. I have to imagine that all three of those teams did their due diligence and at least found that, look, there's not enough here to tell us that this would be a poor hire. Does that mean that's the case? No, certainly not. I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm Portland, if I'm another team, I don't even want to risk it. I don't even want to fade it, because if something else comes to light or something happens, boy, you look bad. You look really, really bad. So, I mean, for me, a guy like that, even with a settlement and the due diligence of, well, it doesn't appear to be anything. I think I'm good. I think I'm going to pass on that. There are plenty of people out there that don't have that in their background and in their history. Becky Hammon being one of them. I'm disappointed that she didn't get offered the coaching position in Portland. I do think, though, I mean, there were reports that Dame had a lot of say in who the coach would be. Even though, and we're going to get to this, even though he's talking about wanting out, he doesn't want to be there anymore. Still, even though Billups is now the head coach and has been announced. So we'll get to that. But I just think it's disappointing that Becky Hammon still doesn't have a job. And I tweeted about it today, and I said Becky Hammon should have been the choice. I accidentally put a D in there. It was 7 o'clock in the morning. So I had Hammond, Hammond, instead of Hammon. And White Magic said, I really want to point out your misspelling, but I'm not going to because I don't want to get blocked. Well, that's not how that works, bro. If you tell me you want to point out my misspelling, then you are pointing out my misspelling. So sadly, I had to block White Magic on Twitter. So he has caught the corrected spelling Twitter block for being a dick. You can't be like, man, I really want to point out that you have broccoli in your teeth, but I'm not going to. That's not how that fucking works, bro. Once you point out that I misspelled it publicly, yeah, you get that block. So, sorry, homie. I mean, Barry on Deck doesn't block you, but I do. So there's that. What is this? I think White Magic is really onto something. What did White Magic say? Has anyone seen Shelby? Okay, you guys. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He's like, use somebody's name. No, I've told you guys the rules. I told you if my mama corrects my spelling, she can catch these fucking block hands. Okay? I have zero tolerance. I'm a grown ass man. You know what the fuck I meant. I don't know why I have to explain this over and over and over. A very simple mistake. A D when there should have been no D. Big fucking deal. But you had to take the time to correct a grown-ass man who made a simple mistake, and that's how blocks get passed out. I just think in 2021, can we please stop correcting adult spelling on the fucking internet? At this point, who gives a fuck? If you knew what I meant, you knew what the fuck I meant. And if you didn't, ask me. Hey, I don't know, who the fuck is Hammond? You should block him too, Tony. Absolutely, you should block him too. What up, CC? Shelby said, don't hate because you're late. See, I do like this. Team block White Magic. Let's go. I do like the fact that everybody's starting to hate. Everybody's starting to hate on Shelby. I mean, not that I think you guys should hate Shelby because she's a sweetie. And she's kicking y'all's ass and everything. But you guys hated on the house, so fair is fair. If Shelby's going to be running the streets as, greatest deckhead in history of the world each 2 hours, you guys kind of got to suck it. So, okay, this fucker. Now, see. This is bullshit. What's up, Sid? Hello. I never want to drink again. Well, I imagine you had you a few. All right, so back to this sports headlines. Last one, the last of the sports headlines. And we're going to talk more Blazers, believe me. But Houston Astros lead the way with 7 all-star finalists for Major League Baseball. 7 finalists. And look, the crazy thing is this isn't just, oh, well, you know, there's like, you're not getting this if it's just Houston fans voting for you. I just want you to know that. Now, this isn't the finals. This just means that there are 7 Astros that made the top 3. And then they still have to have the final vote. But up till now, it's been fan voting. And, you know, not many Astros in the lead. But I was stunned when I read this. Either the Astros fans have been out in force, or maybe more fans don't give a fuck. Maybe they're over it and they're like, well, you know what? They're not cheating and they're still hitting well. They're still playing well. So maybe these players really are good. I mean, I guarantee you they're not getting any votes in LA and New York. But maybe everywhere else, everybody's like, who gives a fuck? Everyone chill out. Like, they're still playing good baseball. So could be, you know what I mean? But here's the list. So I'll share with you. This is how the voting shapes up right now. So I wanted you guys to see this. Here are your finalists. So at catcher, this surprised me out of all of these. This surprised me the most. The fact that Martin Maldonado, who's hitting like $130, okay, maybe not that bad. But Martin Maldonado having the second most all-star votes, this kind of makes me think this might be sus. Like, this might be sus AF, as the kids say. There's no reason. I understand he's thrown out the most runners in baseball, but that's not what gets you an all-star appearance. Sexy numbers at the plate get you an all-star appearance. Yasmani Grandal has way better numbers than Martin Maldonado, thanks in large part due to a really hot start of the season. However, I just don't think he should be. I don't know. To me, this should have been Salvador Perez, Yasmani Grandal, and anybody else in the American League. Martin Maldonado doesn't belong on here, okay? He just doesn't. But he's number 2, and I'm not going to hate on it. Over in the NL, if you care, Buster Posey, Yadier Molina, and Wilson Contreras. That's got to be Buster Posey. Anything else is just a Travis Sham mockery. First base, Vlad Guerrero Jr. Has the most votes thus far. Yuli Gurriel, 2nd. Jose Abreu, 3rd. I ain't mad at that. Yuli with the RBIs. NL, Max Muncy, Freddie Freeman, Anthony Rizzo. I would pick Freeman in that, but it's whatevs. Just also fuck the Dodgers. Second base, Marcus Semien, Jose Altuve, DJ LeMahieu. Over in the NL, Ozzie Albies, Adam Frazier, and Gavin Lux. Fuck the Dodgers. Shortstop, Xander Bogaerts, Bo Bichette, Carlos Correa. This is where I think this is kind of... Look, I respect Bo Bichette. I respect Xander Bogaerts, but they're not better than Carlos Correa right now. At the plate, in the field, in the clubhouse, everywhere else, I just think Carlos Correa should be the all-star at shortstop. It's his turn, but whatevs. Fernando Tatis Jr. by far should be number 1. Javi Baez 2, Brandon Crawford 3. Third base, Rafael Devers, Alex Bregman, Yohan Moncada. Over in the NL, and Bregman's not going to win that. He's hurt. Over in the NL, Chris Bryant, Nolan Arenado, Justin Turner. Outfielders in the AL, Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, Brian Buxton, Michael Brantley, Adolis Garcia, Teoscar Hernandez. Hey, there's an old Astro. Cedric Mullins, Alex Verdugo, and Randall Grichuk. Brantley probably makes that. And then in the NL, Acuna, Nick Castellanos, Jesse Winker, Mookie Betts, Chris Taylor, Juan Soto, who's been out damn near all of the first half, so that's kind of surprising. Bryce Harper, Jock Peterson, Mike Yastrzemski, and then your designated hitters. Oh, Yordan. There you go. Yeah, his stats are better. So BCH420 says Xander Bogaerts' stats are better. His stats are better. His defense isn't better. His arm isn't better. His leadership, he's just not a better player than Carlos Correa, in my opinion. What do I know? Let's go take a look. Let's go look at stats. I don't know that you could do these by position. Let's see. Batting. Yuli is 4th in the American League. Yuli is 4th in average in all of baseball. Brantley 1, Yuli 4. Pretty interesting. Carlos Correa is 11. Xander is 6, hitting 330. So you're talking about 330 versus 303. 13 home runs, 46 RBIs for Xander. 15 home runs, 49 RBIs for Carlos. Here, let's just do this. Let me just prove my point. Let me just prove my point here. Let's take a look at Xander. Okay. Here we go. Okay, we didn't need all that now. So there's Xander's numbers. He's got 73 games, 273 plate appearances, 48 runs, hitting 330, 13 home runs, 46 RBIs. He is slugging 557. He's got a 391 on base percentage. All right. And his WAR, his wins above replacement is 2.7. OPS of 948. Correa hitting 303. 19 doubles, 15 home runs, 49 RBIs, has scored 55 runs. Where is it? 397 on base percentage, slugging 536, 933 OPS, and a WAR of 4.1. So, depending on what you look at, depending on, what you think is the sexier numbers here, I'd say it's pretty close. But I'm going to tell you right now, defensively, I'd take Carlos Correa every single day over Xander Bogaerts. And I think that if you're going to pick a difference between the two, that would be one of them. That would be one of them. And remind you, Correa's been doing this from the middle to the bottom third of the order a lot of the season. For some reason, Dusty just doesn't want to move this dude up, but it's paying dividends. So, okay. So, I mean, look, it's not like this is night and day. More hits, more RBIs, less K, better defense is what House says. Yeah, so let's see. Hits 90 to 83. RBIs 49 to 46. So he doesn't have more hits. He's got less hits. Yeah, he's got less hits. I don't know where'd you get that from. But I definitely agree, better defense. So, strikeouts. Yeah, what do strikeouts look like? 56 to 52. There you go. More runs. There you go. So I'll take it. I think Carlos Correa should be starting shortstop for the American League. Just my opinion. I mean, when you look at WAR, which is basically, if you're wondering what WAR is, it tells you, it gives you a win total for a player. Like this means that if you replaced them with just a replacement player from the minors, just a run-of-the-mill, average-ass dude, you would gain or lose 4 wins thus far in the season. So with Correa having a 4.1 WAR, that means if there was just a regular-ass average dude playing there, the Astros would have 4 less wins than they do. So in other words, Correa is worth at least 4 wins on his own. That's basically what WAR is telling you. And right now, there are 2 players, one player that has a greater WAR than Carlos Correa right now. So again, let's take into account defense, because this isn't best hitters that should be the All-Star game. This is best players. And this is why I think it's important to take into account what Carlos Correa does in the field, how clutch he's been. So Vlad Guerrero Jr. with a 4.2 WAR, and let's look at numbers again, right? 26 and 25 home runs, way more than Correa's 15. 66 and 55 RBIs, way more than Correa's 49. You look at the OPS, you look at the slugging, none of that is close. None of that is close. But you know what is close? Is what he contributes and the outs that he gets and the runs that he saves and the games that he wins with his arm and with his defense and with his leadership and everything else. Carlos Correa right now, according to what matters the most, which is wins, one of the 3 best players in baseball as a hitter, not as a pitcher necessarily, but as a hitter. Your pitchers over here, their WAR. Oh, they don't even do WAR. Oh, yeah, they do. There you go. Zach Wheeler, Gausman, Gibson, Woodruff, DeGrom. So, Carlos Correa has a higher WAR than Jacob DeGrom. I don't know if I'd actually buy into that, but that's just what the numbers say. Andy Huggins, the comedy world ought to have a WAR metric. That would be pretty good, Andy. Laughs above replacement. I like that. Ooh. But isn't that laps per minute and you hate that? Yeah. Look, man, I'll get into it with the numbers. I don't give a shit. I'll do it. Hey, let's talk a little bit though. We got to talk about this controversy going on because I made the thumbnail for the show and said, here we go again. And I think we're going to get to NBA scores. We're going to talk Dame. We're going to talk Scottie Pippen's craziness. We're going to get to all that, I promise you. But I want to have a serious and real discussion about what happened in the Olympic trials. So get ready. We're going to lose some followers. It's just how it goes when these topics come up. But more and more often, I think you'll find that society and sports is mixing. Athletes are having a voice now, and their voices are being heard. Whether you like it or not, their voices are being heard. So we've got Gwen Berry, who turned away from the flag at the U.S. Olympic trials, is the headline. So let's just, before I read you this and the information around this, let's just start with the arguments, okay? Let's just start with the arguments, and then we'll go back and address what she says happened and what the people running the Olympic trials say happened. But let's just start with this, because I made this point on Twitter and on my Facebook personal page, and I'm going to tell you right now, I love this country. I love our military. I love the people that represent this country in the Olympics. This is the greatest country on earth. We have our freedom, and I'm so thankful that I have it, and I appreciate every man and woman that has served in our military and armed forces that has fought so that I can do stuff like this and have my freedom to do it. And if you doubt that, I would just invite you to maybe go back and look into my past and see where I've put my money where my mouth is. We'll just say that. I will also say this, that the same people that are upset about this controversy, the same people that are mad, yeah, here comes the thumbs down, here comes the unfollows, here comes mark my words, we're at 60 right now. We'll be at 50 or less by the time I'm done talking about Gwen Berry and turning her back on the national anthem and the flag. Mark my words. We just lost one. See, this is super easy to predict because I'm going to say something that some of you don't want to hear, and that's okay. If you don't want to hear it, I totally understand, but I'm just trying to have a dialogue and a conversation. What I don't understand about this country, what I don't understand about the people that talk politics on the internet and get upset about different things as it relates to freedom and America and Eagles and democracy. Where was the same outrage? Where were the same posts from the same people who are upset that she decided to express her freedom of speech and not face the flag during the national anthem? Where was that same outrage from some of you when people stormed the capital of this country? Where was it? I don't understand how you would be so upset about one woman making a statement about activism, but you're going to give so many people a pass. Is it because it doesn't fit with your narrative? Is that why? Because I need the same outrage, because I was outraged about that. But then also I look back and I wonder, were these the same people that maybe in their 50s and 60s and 70s were outraged at the Olympics when we had the black glove, the black fists put in the air? Are these the same people that were mad about that? And I saw people getting upset and saying, and I saw D-Mata say, you're representing the country. You're not a team or a business. Oh, D-Mata. If you felt disenfranchised, D-Mata, if you felt, and I'm not saying she's right, I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm asking you to think about this from this perspective, D-Mata. If you felt like you lived in a country that had done you and people that looked like you wrong, would you be so enthusiastic about pretending like you're not upset about it? Or would you use your opportunity and your platform to make a statement? I'm just asking that question. I'm not justifying what she's done. I'm asking you that question. I'm asking you to put yourself in her shoes. I'm not saying that this is a discussion of right and wrong. This is not a discussion of should she or shouldn't she. I'm saying if you felt persecuted, if you felt alienated, if you felt disenfranchised, and you had a platform and an opportunity to speak up and speak out, would you do it? Now, the crazy thing is I'm seeing Ted Cruz sitting there on Twitter saying she turned her back on our flag. Bro, bitch, you turned your back on your state. Could you shut the fuck up, you hypocrite? I don't need to hear from Ted Cruz, okay? I don't need to hear from Ted. Let's not talk about turning our back on people, Ted, okay? That's first. Second of all, I saw somebody else say something to the effect of, you had Kaepernick out here with his silly protest. And again, I think what you have to understand, instead of, here's the crazy thing. So when people stormed the Capitol and were upset about how the vote went in this country, and they think that the election was stolen from them, what they wanted is they wanted somebody to listen to them. Is that right? I mean, are we all on the same page here? Are we all being honest? The reason that people stormed the Capitol was they wanted the government and the politicians to listen to them. So they protested. I'm not going to say right or wrong. Let's just deal in facts. Storm the Capitol, mad. We want you to listen. We want you to hear us. We think this election was stolen. We want our country back. So why is it not okay if an individual feels the same way about her country that she lives in? This country has done me wrong. It has done my people wrong. I feel disenfranchised. I want my freedoms back. Why is it that we can't see both sides? Why is it that some people think that one is okay and one is not? By the way, I just want to point out, nobody died in her protest. If we can just point that out real quick. Nobody was injured. No families lost a loved one by her standing on a podium in protest. I believe, 6 people? 6 good, hardworking people died. There's that thumbs down. I knew I'd get it. Here's the thing now. Now that I've said those things and I'm trying to ask you guys, let's just think about it. I'm just asking you to consider both sides of both arguments. But now, let's read this together and let's rethink about what we just said. Okay? So we've made the arguments knowing what we know. Let's just take a look at this together. Okay? So Gwen Berry says that she was set up, that this was all a setup. See, she's got a long history of activism. On Saturday, the anthem started as Berry was on the podium after finishing third in the trials, and while the music played, Berry placed her left hand on her hip, shuffled her feet. She took a turn. She was facing the stands, not the flag. Towards the end of the anthem, she picked up her black t-shirt with the words "activist athlete" emblazoned on the front and draped it over her head. Berry believes it was no coincidence that she was front and center during the anthem. Unlike the Olympics, the anthem does not accompany medal ceremonies at the U.S. trials. So normally when you're getting your medal, there is no, what's it called? Anthem play. Okay. So, but in this case there was. But the hammer throws received their awards just before the start of the evening session, which has been kicking off all week with a video rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. I feel like it was a setup and they did it on purpose. Now, Susan Hazard, who is the U.S. track and field spokesperson, said, nope. The national anthem was scheduled to play at 5:20. We didn't wait until the athletes were on the podium for the hammer throw awards. The national anthem is played every day according to the previously published schedule. On Saturday, the music started at 5:25. They're saying that this was no different. She said, they said we were going to play it before we walked out, and then they played it when we were out there. But I don't really want to talk about that anthem because that's not important. The anthem doesn't speak for me. It never has. One other thing I'd like to point out about this, and I'm just giving you facts, folks. I'm just giving you facts. It says Berry's gesture drew virtually no reaction from the stands. And the winner of the Saturday's Hammer Trials, Deanna Price, said she supported her teammate. I think that people should say whatever they want to say. I'm proud of her. So despite what they would try to make you look like and try to make this look like, her teammate had no problem with her taking her stand and saying what she wanted. It says Berry said she needs to get her body and mind right for the Olympics. The women's hammer throw starts August 1st. I don't need to do anything sports-wise. What I need to do is speak for my community, to represent my community, and to help my community, because that's more important than sports. So that is what we're told from all sides happened, as opposed to a picture and a headline. So I think what you see here is part of this wasn't necessarily a protest against the anthem as maybe it was in some ways, not completely. And I'm not trying to make an excuse here, but maybe she felt like she wouldn't have to be out there for the anthem. And then when it played in her mind, there was a miscommunication and she didn't want to be out there for it. Still doesn't make it right or wrong or indifferent, but you can understand some of the angst that she may have had knowing the schedule differently, or should have been, or thought it would be differently. So let's get to some of your comments. I've said what I wanted to say about it. I think at the end of the day, if you weren't upset about the Capitol being stormed, then I'm going to need you to shut the fuck up about this. There's the bottom line. I don't even place my hand over my heart anymore. Who's going to say something? White Magic is a veteran. It's her right as an American citizen to do so. That's a right that vets fought for. It might not be liked, but it's her right. That is Terrence, also a veteran. Ted Cruz is an opportunist asshat. Fuck Ted Cruz. I mean, I'm going to post those, of course. I don't know any veterans that are offended by kneeling or turning away. Miss Shelby. Most are unbothered. It's literally what vets fought for. Teddy needs to stay in his lane. Let's see who else. Justin, I have friends who are veterans who have no issue. I had one post on his Facebook about how he's tired of the idiots speaking on behalf of the vets. Very true. I wish I could thumbs up the show even more. Okay, well, where the fuck is it written how one has to behave during the anthem? I'll wait. That's true. The anthem, by the way, the funny thing is, I didn't know this, but the anthem didn't start until like way later in this country's history. LAHDJ laughs above House's dad jokes. Oh, shut up. Will H said, don't compete. If you think you're not being represented, then let the chips fall as they may. We want the best to compete. And if you are, and we don't do well, then you'll send your message. Okay. But Will, don't you think that just like any athlete, just like basketball players that chose to play in the weeks and months that followed the George Floyd murder and had the opportunity to speak out with it in the media, I would think that an athlete that would have a platform like the Olympics and an opportunity like the Olympics to bring awareness to their cause. And let's take race out of this. Think about an athlete and a cause. Think about a cause that might be near and dear to several different athletes. It could be cancer. It could be child abuse. It could be LGBTQ plus communities. It could be suicide. It could be whatever. If you're an athlete and you have the opportunity to have the world stage to promote your views and beliefs on that platform or on that cause, you're going to take that. You're going to make the most of it. And I think that's why, as an athlete, I wouldn't not do it. Demata says the Olympic trials and the Olympics are not the place to do it. And if she feels that way, why compete to represent the United States if she feels persecuted? I just answered that. I mean, why not? Trying trying to look at. I'm blanking on the names here. Tommy Smith and John Carlos, right? I think we all know what an iconic moment, iconic picture, iconic everything this was. At a moment in this country's history when maybe it needed to be done to bring awareness to it, right? So if you say that it's not okay for Gwen, was this okay? I mean, this was an opportunity and they took it. And they used it to bring awareness of what they felt like was happening to African Americans in this country. You would do the same, D-Mata. I would do the same. So why would you be mad that somebody takes an opportunity? You may not agree with what they're protesting, which I also think is ridiculous. If you think that everyone here is just treated perfectly, you're fucking insane. And I'm not talking to you, D-Mata. I'm talking to anybody watching and listening to this. But I think if you were passionate about a cause, and let's go back and listen to me again. Listen to me. If you're passionate about a cause, cancer, the LGBTQ community, suicide, name it. If you're passionate about it and you have a platform to bring awareness to it, you're going to. I'm going to disagree with you on that. Americans are the only people in the world that hate their country. Whoa. Have you ever met anybody from another country, David? Like, that's super not true. Why do you think there are so many people that try to immigrate to this country and live here and become naturalized U.S. citizens? Because they hate the country that they live in. That's a weird statement with no actual facts to back up, David. I understand the point you were trying to make, but trust me, I know people from other countries that are like, I hated that place. I am so happy and proud and glad to be an American citizen. I'm glad to be here because that place was awful. So, Rev House said, how many people do you think have heard her message now compared to if she wasn't there? That's why this is the perfect place. Amen. And that's what I'm saying. Again, you guys are getting caught up in the message and you're saying that's not the place to bring attention to the struggle of black people in this country. Isn't it though? Isn't it the perfect place to do it? If you're trying to bring awareness to breast cancer, wouldn't this be the perfect place to put on a pink glove or wear a pink shirt or have a pink ribbon on your lapel or do whatever it is you're wanting to do? Isn't that the perfect time? I mean, it just is. I'm trying to see here. Francisco said, saying that the Olympics isn't the place the same as saying shut up and dribble. In a way. In a way. Dodo Dallas said it's one thing to have an opinion on something with no skin in the game, but to put your wallet on the line to make your point, I respect that wholeheartedly. Rev House, I've always been confused by people who tell people how to protest. If it was comfortable for you, it wouldn't be a protest. That's a good point. Like me personally, I wouldn't storm a Capitol to protest my democracy and bitch about freedom, all the while trying to overthrow the will of the people. What? Marsha said there was the contestant from Myanmar who did the prayer for Myanmar during the Miss World. She can't go back to her country now for doing that. Tyler said, all the protest riots have been dangerous and bad, in my opinion. There are many arguments for and against, but freedom of expression and speech are important when no one is directly attacked or hurt from it. Oh, I agree. I agree. If you think I'm condoning rioting, I'm certainly not. If you think that I'm condoning storming the Capitol, I'm certainly not. But if you think I'm going to stand here and chastise somebody when you and I would both do it, and everybody else in her position would do it if they were passionate about the platform. See, that's what I'm trying to get you guys to think like. I don't want you thinking that this is a legit, literal black and white issue. This is not a literal black and white issue, even though it is for her. What I'm trying to get you to do, shout out to thumbs down number 2. I'm surprised it took this long. What I'm trying to get you to understand, what I'm trying to get you to focus on is not the message, but the platform. People are so pissed about it. You would do the same thing. And if you didn't, you'd be wasting a brilliant opportunity. So there you go. Hey, Total Dallas, thank you for the super chat, my friend. I appreciate that. He said the U.S. puts pressure on other countries to be better. These demonstrations allow the rest of the world to tell us to be better too. Paul said, but you can't appreciate your country and still stand up for better rights. Totally agree with that. Matt said, I bet North Korea loves their place. Amen to that. David's at British Crown. Check. Look, I just know this. I know people that live in Mexico. That's the reason this is a hot button issue here, is they don't want to live there. So yeah, people do hate their country and want to live up here. Number 2 was definitely David. I don't know. What did David say? Oh, this one. What struggle? Oprah and Jay-Z seem to be doing just fine. David, come on, fam. Really? Is that the argument you're going to make? Is that the best argument you can make? Is that there are successful black people? So that there's the fact that there are 2 successful black people or 10 or 100 means that there is no problem in this country? Really? That's like saying, well, Russians do get to vote, but I mean, I know Putin wins 99% of the vote every single year, but they get to vote. Really, bro? That's the best you could muster for your argument? Like, legitimately, that's the best. That's like saying, well, you know what? I know someone that survived cancer. What's the big deal with cancer? I know someone that survived it. Dude, that's an argument that you really don't have any solid foundation for your argument. So you just pull Oprah and Jay-Z and say, well, there's 2 successful black people. This country is perfect. I know 2 people that survived cancer. Cancer's not a killer. We don't need to cure cancer. 2 people survived it. How come the rest of these people can't survive it? Come on, David. You got to do better than that, buddy. Just not a good argument. What the hell did KD do? What did KD do? Did he just have a bunch of posts? Oh, I don't know. KD freaked out. What happened? PK, what happened? Okay. We needed to talk about that. I know some of you guys, you accidentally took out PK. Did you free PK? Did you ban her or did you just time her out? KD, I need to know. I'll unban her. Okay, so it's just a timeout. Listen, PK probably deserved it at some point. She's done something hateful somewhere. Listen, it's fine. Now, I do think we need to sing the Sarah McLachlan song for PK because it's appropriate with her love for animals. In the arms of a stranger or angel, whatever. I don't know the words. Where's my soundboard at? I don't have my soundboard up anymore. Well, this whole lighting thing really fucked this whole show up. This show is weird now. Super weird. But listen, I do want to say this. Number 1, I want to say thank you for having an adult conversation with me about this and everyone not losing their goddamn minds, because I think it's okay for us to have these discussions. David, it's okay for us to disagree. I welcome your continued support of this show and your disagreement with me on social, political, and other topics that we may get into. I welcome D-Mata. I welcome your disagreement. I love you, buddy, and you know that. I think we're okay to have these kinds of dialogues. In fact, this country needs more of the kind of conversations that we have. Do you see how we all disagreed? We all had differing opinions and it was all okay. None of us are hurt. We heard each other out. I just want to do more of that. And the other thing I want to say is rest in peace to PK. Gone but not forgotten. All right, let's take a quick break. Actually, you know what? Before we do take a quick break, I want to tell you guys about Dan's Seafood and Wings. Man, if you want some of the best boiled spicy shrimp, some of the best New Orleans barbecue shrimp, some of the best grilled lo mein, some of the best, grilled platters. If you get out to Dan's Seafood and Wings, go check it out, guys. 2 locations to serve you. One on the southwest side on South Gessner, one on the northeast side on Uvalde. If PK were still around, if PK were still here, she would post like Francisco and say that she loves Dan's, but she can't, and she didn't, and we love you, PK. When I go to Dan's, the next time I go to Dan's, I'm going to pour out some shrimp fried rice in PK's honor. I'm just gonna pour a little on the floor. I'll clean it up, but just kind of like an OG with some liquor. I'm gonna pour it on the curb. I'm gonna dump out a little shrimp fried rice in PK's honor. But I'm telling you guys, if you want crawfish, if you want the best crawfish in the city, get over to Dan's. You're gonna love the food. You're gonna love the people. You're gonna love the service. The camaraderie, it's all great. You're all going to love it. I promise you. All of the deckheads that have gone to Dan's have loved it, and I think you will too. So check them out. Eatatdans.com is the website. Eatatdans.com or eatatdans on Instagrams. Put some Dan's in your mouth, people. All right. It's 2:59. We got to get to a break. I know. What? I miss PK so much. PK. Oh, God, PK. All right. Listen, we got to take a break. I have something cool for you guys to report when we get back from the break. That'll also give PK some time to, come to life. Free PK. There you go. So we're going to take a quick 5-minute break. The break I have for you, if you missed this week's Barry on Sports, actually last week's Barry on Sports on the CW39, Saturdays at 10 o'clock, Houston Sports Show, don't miss it. If you missed it, I have that for you. Quick little fiver. I'm going to go pee. You should go pee. If you have those paddles, the clear, let's go revive PK, whatever it takes. I'll see you guys in 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere. This is Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Stick around through the break.
All right, welcome back in the Houston Sports Show. We're off to a rousing start, and it only gets better from here. Up next, stand-up comedian, our in-house funny man, the host of Barry on Deck on YouTube. This is BS with Barry and Barry Laminack.
Yeah, but it's been a while, so I don't have on pants. Can we just make sure? I'm Barry Laminack, and this isn't what happened in sports. Let's start in the NFL, where former NFL QB Tim Tebow will now be playing tight end for the Jacksonville Jags this year. The surprising part? Tebow's football career outlasted his virginity. Cam Newton was asked for his thoughts on Patriots drafting rookie QB Mac Jones. Newton said, he wears white after Labor Day, but I guess he's all right. Word out of Green Bay is that Aaron Rodgers wants the GM fired. No word on whether Rodgers will allow the fans to return or if he wants them replaced as well. From the world of the NBA, James Harden is denying reports that he sent rapper Saweetie, I don't think I said that right. Saweetie, nope. $100,000 to go on a date with him. Not the first time Harden used the charity line to score. See, because the free throw is the okay. Listen, it's not Harden's fault that this happens, like a lot of stuff just falls into his lap, huh? All right. Miami Heat President Pat Riley was fined $25,000 for going on a radio show and telling LeBron James that there was a key under the mat if he wanted to come back to Miami. So he basically got fined for not knowing how to text. God, it's such a shame that old people don't know how to slide into DMs. Kevin Durant's personal bodyguard ran onto the court during a fight Durant was having with PJ Tucker, and as usual, his barber was nowhere to be found. We do love a good Durant hair joke on this show. Hey, moving on to baseball. Former MLB player Barry Bonds made his Westminster Dog Show debut with his miniature schnauzer. I think we have a picture of, well, that's not obvious. Bryce Harper took a 97-mile-an-hour fastball to the face recently. The ball hit Harper so hard, you could practically hear fans laughing. Yeah, I don't get that one either. In other sports news, the Tokyo Olympics are reportedly giving athletes 150,000 condoms to be used in the Olympic Village. And with that much action at the games, maybe they should replace those famous Olympic rings with Nuva rings. During a UFC 263 press conference, Nate Diaz was seen smoking a joint. Boy, you gotta love a fighter who brings his own scale to weigh-ins. PGA golfer Mark Hinsby was assessed a 10-shot penalty after using the wrong ball in a tournament recently. Wrong ball. You know, that reminds me of a time when Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, who, after having a testicle removed due to testicular cancer, showed up at a game ready to play, and there was a sign in the stands that said he should take his ball and go home. I didn't write that. That's just true. Jump shot, always a little off after that. And finally, American middle distance runner Shelby Houlihan has been banned from the sport for 4 years after testing positive for the steroid nandrolone. Houlihan blamed the positive test on a pork burrito. Oddly, pork burritos are also keeping me out of the Olympics. Seriously, I'm not saying it can't be true, but I eat a lot of burritos and I don't run any faster now. Well, except to the toilet. I'm Barry Laminack. That's not what happened in sports.
Houston Sports Show on CW39 Houston.
Hey, what's up? Welcome back to hour number 2 of Barry on Deck. I'm your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for sticking around through the break. Except PK. I miss PK already. Hey, we have a lot to get to. Thanks for your participation in hour number 1. Even the 2 of you that thumbs down the show because Daddy hurt your feelings. Still tons to discuss. I want to talk about, there are 3 blockbuster trades on the hello, BS with Barry brought me back to life. Yes. There are things we need to discuss about the Rockets, about Dame, about the NBA playoffs. I have scores. We need to talk about which character from Game of Thrones you want to have dinner with. Save it, clones. We're not doing it yet. Plus, I have a fart vacuum that might save your marriage. All that and more. I fixed the light. It's a little more in the middle now. It's a little more there. And then, I mean, there's still that one, but is this better? Is this as hot of a light as it was? Are we good here? See, don't even start with this. I said wait. God damn it. I said wait. Because I have things to discuss. Don't forget tonight, if you're a member of the Patreon, we have our once a month extra show. It'll be occurring from 7 to 9 o'clock tonight, right here on this very channel on YouTube. However, you have to be on Patreon to know the link to it. If you don't have that link, you will not be able to watch, and that's on you, you raggedy bitch. So it won't be on Twitch, so please don't think that it's going to be a Twitch thing, because it's certainly not. Now, as you guys know, we had a contest in the month of, was it April or May? I don't remember which. But in one of those, I'm trying to turn this down. Hold on. Which one of these is this? Okay, it's that one. Got it. In our greatest deckhead in the history of the world for all time contest, the royalty program, we had a winner. And that winner's name was Robert Likes Beer. Let's give it up one more time. King of the deckheads, Robert Like Beer, proved mathematically that he is the king of the deckheads. All of you had the opportunity to prove this, and you did not. So all hail King Robert. Well, I'm happy to report that I now have the physical proof that Robert is the king of the deckheads 2021. What? That's right. All hail King Robert. I'm going to be sending this to you, Robert, along with all the other shit I'm supposed to send to you. That's not Elvis, okay? That's a goddamn king. That's not Elvis. Did you just say Elvis? Does this look like Elvis? Really? Did I just get Robert a fucking... It looks like Sam Houston, I think, more than Elvis, doesn't it? Let's see. Yeah, that's not Elvis. That looks like fucking King George. Hello? Right, yeah. Right, hello, I'm King George. I'm sorry, David. I apologize. That was a terrible. I'm doing a horrible British accent in front of a British person. Is it British or is it English? Is it, I don't know, UK-ish? Okay, I'll fuck off. Oh, hail the king. That's not, it doesn't look like the Wow, it kind of does look like the Burger King a little bit. I do like that he's got on, he's got the cape, but he also has a sport coat on. So the king has a cape and he has a sport coat. Because that's what kings do with their money. They get sport coats to wear under their capes, okay? And see, y'all gonna fuck around and all of y'all are gonna get blocked and banned from this show. Jen found the trophy and y'all just steadily out here talking shit. Oh my God. What did PK say? Reverend House. Jesus said unto her, I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live even though they die. And whoever lives by believing in me will never die. Oh, that was for, okay. This is, don't be, no, we're not doing a recount. Shut up, Total Dallas. All right. So Robert, this is on the way, buddy. I don't even know if you're here right now, but this is on the way. Okay. So we've got that out of the way. Don't forget the extra show tonight. Now let's talk a little NBA. We didn't get to that. You son of a flip. Listen, I paid good goddamn money for this. This was delivered yesterday via FedEx. I'm not fucking around at no Goodwill. You think I found a trophy with Robert's name on it? I had this bitch customized. Come on, focus, you raggedy bitch. Look at that. Robert, King of the Deckheads 2021. I had to spell check this sumbitch 11 times. So that I didn't fuck around and spell this wrong and end up with a goddamn trophy that had a typo on it. And forever. Y'all remember Flip? Poor Flip. I remember Flip. Damn. In the arms of the angel. Y'all remember when Flip was a deckhead? I remember that. That was good times. All right, let's do the NBA scores. We do have to talk about that. I mean, we don't have to, but we're going to because this is part of the fucking show. So I did the scores since we last talked on Friday. So since then, the Bucks and Hawks have played twice. Bucks have won both of those after the Hawks went up early. Bucks win game 2, 125-91. And then the Suns and Clippers played. And the Suns, after the CP3 is bad luck, and so is the face thingy that Devin Booker wears. And then DeAndre Ayton said, hold my nuts, bitches. And they won a shootout. These two teams combined for 29 points in the fourth quarter. Jesus. 84-80 Suns take a commanding 3-1 lead in that series. And then in game 3 in the Hawks-Bucks series, Bucks win game 2, taking 2 in a row, going on the road. So they split at home, go on the road, and get home court advantage back by beating the Hawks in Atlanta 113-102. Trader Truth got injured, stepped on a ref's ankle, or stepped on a ref's foot, twisted his ankle. Appears to be pretty bad. He's going to undergo an MRI later. And he did say, look, it bothered me because, my explosiveness, being able to push off, it's not just about that. It's about taking people off the dribble. He said, it's sore right now. This is his quote. It's sore right now. It's hurting. It's frustrating. It's hurting a little bit. I couldn't go as fast as I wanted to. And when I did, it hurt. He added, my blow-by speed. That's a big part of my game. It's more the push off, the blow-by. So, not looking good. And I'm going to tell you right now. Trae Young is the Atlanta Hawks. Let's all we know that. No Trae Young, that's done. That series is over with. Hell, that series might be over with just with a hobbled Trae Young. This isn't like the Suns where if CP3 goes out, Devin Booker's there. If CP3 is there and Devin Booker's out, Ayton can pick up the score. I mean, this is a good Hawks team, but this is a Hawks team that feeds off of Trae Young. And I know Capella and okay, great. But with the way that Middleton is playing and with the way that Giannis is playing, and you're going to tell me that you're going to take their best player and injure him or just take him out of that series is done if Trae Young is done. This isn't the Clippers with, we still got Paul George, even though Kawhi's not playing, and we still got, we got a deep bench and blah, 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 blah. Nope. This ain't that. The Hawks are definitely the thinnest team as far as talent in a conference final this year. They could not afford to fade an injury. I feel like all the other teams could afford to fade an injury to their star, right? Giannis goes down, Middleton could still carry a team probably. In Phoenix, you had 3 guys, right? I mean, Ayton has definitely stepped up. By the way, I don't want to say I told you so, but I'm telling you, when I watched that Hawks series, when I really sat down, Ayton really impressed me. He's stepping up big time. And then, obviously, with the Clippers and Paul George and Kawhi, if one goes down, you got the other. I just don't see that in Atlanta. I don't think that's going to be the case. So he was able to come back in the fourth quarter, but definitely not the same. We'll see how it goes long term. Sad news though, because I really wanted a Hawks Suns finals, but we're not going to get that now. Feel like it's going to be Suns, Bucks, and it's going to be a good one still, but did Jen just get rid of Flip? Did Jen? Are you out here? Oh God, listen, Jen, you can't be running off people. It's just gonna be me and you left. You can't. Free Flip. I'm with you. We got, Flip, free Flip. Where's Flip? Is Flip dead? I miss Flip so much. I wish I could blow a Patrick Swayze snot bubble right now. Can't do it. I miss Flip. Oh, she got TD? Damn. Flip and TD. Was it a ban or a timeout? I just need to know. I got to lift the ban if it was a ban. Timeouts, they'll be back. Listen, I cannot have you guys abusing your power. I'm the only one that's allowed to do that. Okay? I am allowed to abuse the power. Nobody else. House? No. Tony said this show will just be a Zoom meeting between Jen and Barry. Yeah. While TD was a great and delusional man, he will be missed. Oh, did he see? I missed it. TD came at Jen wrong. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, you don't want to do that, Playboy. That's a bad move. That's a bad look on your part, TD. All right, so there was your NBA scores. Let's talk a little bit about Dame because I mentioned it. We're not going to belabor the point because I do want to get to some non-sports. It's been a very sportsy show today. And I was kind of surprised because when I was looking at the rundown and making the list, I was like, there's not a ton of sports. There's not a ton of sports to discuss today, but there is in a way because Trailblazers are reportedly still worried that Dame may request a trade even though they went out and got the coach that he said he wanted. Now, this was a tweet June 26, 2021. So, Sam said, this is on Dame. They were always going to hire exactly who he wanted, and he wanted Billups or Kidd. They put out names like Becky Hammond and Mike D'Antoni to cool off some of the backlash and hired the guy who they were always going to hire. Now, that was a dude on Twitter, to which Dame quote tweeted it and said, really? I was asked what coaches I like of the names I heard, and I named them. Sorry I wasn't aware of their history. I didn't read the news when I was 7 or 8 years old. I don't support those things, but if this is the route y'all want to come at me, say less. Woo-wee. There it goes. Now that is in direct response. Hold on here. Let me take this off. That is in direct response to the Chauncey Billups 1997 rape allegations. And this is somebody saying, yeah, that's on Dame because he supported him. So this is Dame's response. I'm sorry I wasn't aware of the history. I don't read the news. It is an interesting response for sure. Here are your betting lines. Odds on where Damian Lillard will end up if he is traded. Knicks are a plus 250. Philly a plus 275. Miami Heat are a plus 300. Lakers plus 350, Clippers plus 400, Celtics plus 450. I think the interesting thing about this is I do know that the Heat are still looking at trading Tyler Hero. That's definitely on the table. They would like to keep him, but at the same time, if you can get a guy like Dame, well, I wonder how TD feels about this. Oh no. So that's one of those things to keep an eye on. Things not going well in Portland. This feels familiar, doesn't it, Houston? Remember when your superstar was disgruntled and wanted out, and then he got out, and then your team absolutely shit the bed? Hang on, Portland. I could see Portland trading both CJ McCollum and Dame Lillard and just starting a rebuild. Yeah, I am too, man. Dame Lillard, even the fucking dagger 3-pointer against the Rockets. I'm a Dame fan. I really like this cat. He's actually a good rapper. He's a baller. I like Dame. Y'all notice ever since House got here, no Shelby? I don't understand. Why Magic out here just throwing out wild accusations that House and Shelby are the same person? That is awesome, and I'm here for it. I want more of that. I'm sure Shelby is here. She's just busy and doing shit. Here you go. Dame Lillard previously named 2 teams he'd play for. Shelby's like, bro, I'm right here. Ooh, suck it, White Magic. Excuse me. Not a COVID cough. So there were 2 things here. One, Dame had a tweet kind of come back to haunt him. I'm going to share my screen for that. So this was a tweet from back in the day with Dame. If the Blazers said they didn't want me, Utah Jazz or Lakers. So this was French. Mohammed 206 said, Dame, if you had the opportunity to sign with any team in the league other than the Blazers, what team would it be? And he said, Jazz or Lakers. So now I feel like we kind of need to go back and look at those odds. There you go. Lakers plus 350. Jazz not on the list. Huh. Interesting. And then there was this. There was a trade machine thing that went down here. 11 trades. Oh, no, that's not the one. Where the fuck is my 11 trades thing? Well, I guess I missed out on it. Okay, maybe I'll find it. Eventually, I'll find it for you guys. There it is. Dame to the Pacers. Lillard to the Pacers, part 2. And CJ McCollum goes to the Knicks. So this dude is out here doing work. I'm trying to show you some of these. So this dude's out here doing trade stuff. So Trailblazers, Pacers get Dame Lillard. The Trailblazers get Domantas Sabonis, Malcolm Brogdon, Aaron Holiday, Cassius Stanley, and a 2023 and a 2021 first round pick. So this is the kind of shit that's going on right now in the NBA because of Dame. There are trade rumors abound. Here's the crazy thing. I still think Dame's not going to go to a team that he doesn't have help. He's at a team where he doesn't have help. So all of these names that you're seeing and these odds that you're seeing, if they don't already have a built-in superstar, if they don't already have somebody that complements Dame in a way that allows him to be who he is, but at the same time gives him an opportunity to win a title, I mean, don't count on it. If you're Dame, what's the good is it to go to Indiana, right? Like, I mean, all of these trade proposals, what does that do for you? I'll tell you, the Heat, I think that was one of the names on that list, but the Heat might make an interesting, option. Let me see, where'd it go? Nope, that's not it. I wanted to pull those odds back up again. No, it's gone. But the Heat might make an option. I mean, look, if you're Dame, you want help. This is why I said all along wouldn't it be crazy if Dame and Luka played together in Dallas. Stranger things have happened. We'll find out. I love that the chat is just fighting amongst itself. Brandon Gary said Vernon Maxwell would have had a field day if he went to the Jazz. Oh, my God. Yeah, he would, for sure. All right, that's all the sports I really have. Oh, well, I have the Scottie Pippen thing, but maybe we'll get to that tomorrow because I want to get to this discussion now. Sorry, chat. You're going to have to pay attention for a second. Let's talk Game of Thrones. Specifically, I want to talk what single minute, you only get one here. I don't want to see you guys because inevitably when we do this shit, you guys will shout out 1,000 different fucking names. You get one. All right, here's the deal. I'm going to make a ground rule right now. The first person to post multiple names is getting PK'd, is getting total Dallased. Okay? First person to post more than one name is getting timed out. So, okay? Oh, yeah. Eric Resendez wants to know what are the 3 trades for the Rockets. Eric, we'll get to those, I promise, but we're going to do this first. So, yeah, and if you haven't seen an episode, that's fine. You can sit this out. This is for the Game of Thrones fans, which there are plenty of. But the question becomes, yes, Paul, I'll give you yours back, but I only want more than one name. All right, Michael gets a ban. You don't think I'm playing here? Look, you think I'm playing here? Think I'm playing? What are we doing here? You see that unbanned? That means he's been banned. Okay? You think I'm playing here? Is this what we're doing? Is this how this is going? Are we fucking around, people? I'm going to tell y'all right now. I'll turn this goddamn show around right now. I'll turn this whole show around and take us home. You keep fucking with me. All right. So, which one Game of Thrones character would you most enjoy having dinner with? You only get one. One. That's it. I want to know. I'm going to give you who the most rated was. Who's yours? So, D-Mata says Daenerys Targaryen. The Dragon Queen? Misandria? Who the fuck is that? I don't even know who that is. Let's see. Game of Thrones characters. I got to pull up all of them. List of Game of Thrones characters. Here, for those of you that might need a refresher. God damn, there's a lot of characters. You got Ned Stark. You got Robert Baratheon, Jaime Lannister, Catelyn Stark, Cersei Lannister, Daenerys Targaryen, Jorah, who? Mormont? I don't know who that is. Who is Viserys? What? I don't know who that is. Jon Snow, Robb Stark, Tony Stark, which is Iron Man. That would be kind of cool. Arya Stark, Sansa Stark, Theon Greyjoy. His huge dong. I don't know why we had to see that so many times. Bran Stark. That guy's a fucking weirdo. I'm going to tell you who I wouldn't want to have dinner with. Goddamn Bran Stark. That fucking guy got on my nerves so much. I can't see, man. Shut the fuck up, Bran. Go do something with your family, Bran, you fucking crybaby. Joffrey. Sandor the Hound. I'm not eating with the Hound. Tyrion Lannister. Littlefinger, that little sniveling coward. Davos Seaworth, Samwell Tarly. That sounds like a country western singer. Stannis Baratheon, Melisandre. I don't know who that was. Who was this? Oh, okay. So you just chose that. Who was it that chose her? Oh, Katie. Katie chose her because she's got that fire crotch and puts out the punani a lot. That's why Katie chose her. She's out there banging everybody. Well, enjoy your sloppy fifths, Katie. Old tore up ass coach. Nobody wants that. That's disgusting. Don't do that. Let's be better about this. What happened to the? Hold on. All right, here we go. There's Jor. I don't know who that is. Mormont. Okay. Braun, Varys, Shay. I don't know who this is. Whatever. Tywin Lannister. Fuck that dude. Don't know who that is. Don't know who. I don't know how to pronounce some of these names. Gendry. Oh, come on, fam. Tormund. Oh, hell no. Wasn't that? Oh, that's that big bitch. Brienne of Tarth. Yeah, that's that big bitch that fought the Hound, right? Ramsay. No. Gilly. No. Okay. Grey Worm. Definitely not. The High Sparrow. Roose. No. So I think this is pretty easy. To me, there it is. I mean, come on, Freak League. She's got dragons. She's got them titties. Like, come on, fam. Any dude, I think, is picking Daenerys Targaryen. I think that's the pick. Now, I don't know who the ladies, maybe they picking Hodor. Because, you know, Hodor probably got that thud, right? He got that donk. Let's see. Who else we got here? Oh, okay. Khal Drago. Who is that? Who was Khal Drago? Was that the... Who was that? Where'd that go? I know that was on here. Where was Drago at? I know he was on here. I thought I just saw him. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I don't see him. Is that a dude? I mean, I know it's a... Hold on. Why can't I find this damn dude's name? What the hell? What in the wide world of sports is going on around here? Where are the names at? I know it'll be highlighted. It is not. There he goes. That's your choice. That's a whack ass choice, Mr. Mina. Rob Brand. Let's see who else. Sandors. Okay. The Red Witch. Okay. The Night King? Okay, that's fucking weird. Oh, the Aquaman guy. Gotcha. This is so easy. So, I think Daenerys Targaryen would be most dudes' pick, other than that chick, the redheaded that Katie's going to get herpes from. But the winner is the guy on the slide. Which is, what's his name? Tyrion Lannister. So that's who everybody voted for. Although, I don't know. Character-wise, certainly interesting. Oh, I thought you picked the Red Witch. That's my bad. I thought you picked the Red Witch. Why didn't I see that you picked her, right? Maybe not. Yeah. That's the answer. All right, you guys, this was all over. This show is the weirdest goddamn show in the history of shows, if I'm being honest. This show is so weird. That means tonight's going to be super fucked up. Tonight's show is so weird. I was kind of hoping, it's kind of cloudy over here and raining a little bit. I kind of wish the lights would go out. Just fucking end the misery for me. This show is so weird. It's off the rails. I don't know what's happening. Let's just do this Rockets trade thing. You guys are making this show weird today. I've lost the mojo for the show today. So Eric Resendez, I hope you're still here because you requested this. And I swear to God, if you're not here right now to watch this, Eric Resendez, I'm going to lose my shit. Eric, are you in the goddamn chat? I'm doing this regardless, but if you're not here to view this now, I mean, I hope and I know you'll watch it later, but okay. So here was the moves that Sportsnot said 3 blockbuster trades that Houston Rockets could make this summer. I don't think it's going to be Dame for sure. But here was the ones that they think. And I think some of these might be silly. First one. The Rockets could trade their NBA draft pick for a proven veteran. Well, blockbuster news here, right? So basically what they're saying is, with the number 2 pick in the draft, if Cade Cunningham goes number 1, they could trade the pick. It could be Suggs, it could be Green, it could be Evan Mobley. What they're saying is down here, along with those other picks, they could pick up a name like Karl Anthony Towns. Why? Why would you want Karl Anthony Towns on this team? And they're like, well, I mean, he'd be a good, what? No. There's no reason under the sun, none, that the Rockets should or would go out and get Karl Anthony Towns for this team. First of all, you already have Christian Wood. Second of all, Cat was soft in Minnesota. Everybody knew it. He got punked. That doesn't make any sense to me. But the idea does have some merit and does have some worth. The idea of taking the 2nd pick in the draft and trading it for a veteran player may make some sense. Now, could you get Dame from the Blazers? I mean, maybe you got to send back John Wall. Maybe you send him the number 2 pick. You get rid of John Wall as your point guard. You add Dame to this team with Christian Wood, and I'd be excited. Problem is, Dame wants to win, and he wants to win now. He doesn't want to be part of a rebuild, and he's going to want superstars. He's going to want absolute studs that he's being paired up with, not a bunch of young cats with potential. So that's probably not going to happen. Another trade. Houston Rockets trade Eric Gordon to the Denver Nuggets. They're suggesting that the Rockets get Monte Morris, J. Michael Green, 2 future 2nd-round picks, and send Eric Gordon to the spicy Nugs. Not a bad idea. I mean, I don't think Monte Morris and J. Michael Green is, earth-shattering. But if you can get out from under Eric Gordon's contract, for sure. A couple of 2nd-round picks don't mean a whole lot. But yeah, I'm with you, House. If you get absolutely anything for Eric Gordon, if the fact that you could even move Eric Gordon would be a significant win for the Rockets either way. So that one I like. First one I don't think makes a lot of sense. I don't think any superstar is going to want to come here for a rebuilding team. But that one I like. And then the other one is Rockets trade John Wall to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Kevin Love. And they sent a protected 1st-round pick. You're really just trading one bad thing for the other. I don't know that you need Kevin Love here. I mean, you've got a stretch 4 already. And I know that Christian Wood could play the 3 great. I just don't see if you can move John Wall, I would love to see them move him for a guy that would replace him, right? I would love to see him be moved for a point guard or just for a guy that obviously the money's got to be the same. Wall's got to be included, which means you may have to move John Wall with the pick. But depending on what you get back, like I said, if the Blazers were like, yeah, we'll take the 2nd pick of the draft and John Wall for Dame, we're going to lose it. Yeah, we'd do that. Maybe you throw in another 1st-round pick or something like that. Problem is, Dame's got to want to do that too. So do all these other players. The thing with Russ is Russ wanted out. And Russ could go and play with Bradley Beal. He wasn't going to play here. John Wall was looking for a fresh start. He wanted out. That made sense. That's why they did the Oladipo deal. He wanted out. He just didn't want to be here. So you're going to have to find somebody. You're going to have to find somebody that wants to play in Houston. And that just doesn't exist. So I think at the end of the day, what I think they end up just keeping the pick, making a draft pick. I think they keep the pick, they get a guy, and that's their rebuild. You get the number 2 pick in the draft. He's going to be a good player. Pair him up with Christian Wood, Kevin Porter Jr., the juniors, right? KJ Martin Jr. I mean, you've got Jayshawn Tate. Now you're building a squad. We'll see. We shall see. Hey, while we're seeing, I want to tell you guys about the AP Law Group. If you have been injured in an accident, if you have been hit by an 18-wheeler, maybe you've had a loved one that has suffered a wrongful death or a negligent death at the hands of somebody else, please call the AP Law Group. 713-913-GO-AP is the number. Call them or visit their website today, aplawgroup.com. These are Houston guys now. This is Gilbert and Arsha. They started the AP Law Group because Gilbert used to work for an insurance company. He got tired of seeing folks like you and me getting bullied. Anytime you got in a wreck, anytime you were injured, we always seem to be the ones that come up short, not when you have the AP Law Group on your side. And that is why Gilbert said, you know what, I'm done with these insurance companies. I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to fight them. I'm going to fight for the people. And they'll do that for you. Call them, 713-913-GO-AP. That is the number. And when you call, you're not going to talk to an assistant. You're going to actually talk to an attorney, which is why they say you get big firm results with a small firm attention. And no house, there's no comma in big firm results, okay? But look, they even do it like, this is how progressive and cool they are over at the AP Law Group. You can even get paid in Bitcoin. That is so dope. Check them out. 713-913-GO-AP is the number. 713-913-4627. And when you might be like, look, I don't know. I've been hit, but I'm not sure. And I don't know. Maybe it's not a big deal. Look, it doesn't hurt to call them and then find out. They're going to let you know, yeah, you got a case or no, you don't. And it's that simple, but at least you get an answer. 713-913-GO-AP is the number. aplawgroup.com is the website. Give these H-Town lawyers who went to the U of H Law School, local guys, give them a call. Let them help you. 713-913-GO-AP. It's the AP Law Group. Big firm results, small firm attention. All right, back to it. Let's do it. I saw Christopher Mina say do the video. So let's do the video because I have thoughts on this. So I'm glad he had it because we needed something. Let's do this.
Now it's time for a film session.
All right, so this fight, you know, most of our film sessions end up being fights. And this one was at some sort of bar or restaurant or whatever. I don't know what this was. This was an MMA fighter, and I don't know his name. To me, let's see. Let me find his name. It's important that we get his name here. I'll just get it from Twitter. So this dude, nonetheless, this dude is in a bar and gets punched, or actually punches a dude. This is Joe Schilling. I don't know who Joe Schilling is, if I'm being honest. Let's look up Joe Schilling. Joe Schilling. Joe Schilling is, let me pull up his record for you. So he's an MMA fighter, has a record of professional boxing record of 1-1, or excuse me, 1-0-1. His kickboxing record is 23-9, and his mixed martial arts record, his MMA record, is 4-6. Did he fight for Bellator? Yeah, he's fought for Glory, Bellator, MMA, Bellator, kickboxing. Okay, he's 4-6 in MMA, a better kickboxer than he was mixed martial artist. So that's usually how it goes. Now, this dude was at a bar. Well, let's just watch what happened. There you go. Okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, that guy's badass. Yeah, he's telling everybody, I'm a badass. It's whatever. Yeah. He's like, oh, excuse me. What? Oh. Oh, shit. Life comes at you so fast. Boy, does life come at you fast. 1 minute, you're impressing the chubby girl at the bar. What's up, girl? You know I got some muscles under this shirt. Next minute, you're on the ground. Life comes at you fast. So let's break down what happened here, folks. Now, I want to point something out. First of all, nice titties. Okay, that's inappropriate. I want to point out a couple things. On the Twitters, when Christopher Mita sent this to me, Michael Liebeshock, of all people, said, this feels too perfect. This feels set up. Absolutely. Oh, somebody called 911. He did. Oh, slow down, Pee-wee. I can't find my soundboard or I would play him. I think I found him.
Hey, somebody call 911.
All right. Now let's break down what happens here. So this guy's like, yeah, I'm a baddie. What? He's like, yeah, man, look. You can tell this guy thinks he's cool. He thinks he's tough. Okay. Now, Michael Liebeshock says this is all too perfect, right? Like, it's too perfect the way that he walks up and he bumps him. He says, excuse me. He goes to keep walking. Now, I don't know what was said here. You can hear something be shouted. Right? He's like, yeah, you know, well, I did one fish, two fish. All right, now right there, did you hear him yell, hey? Listen to him. He goes, hey. Right there. You can hear him. He goes, whoa, and then he goes, hey. So he's like, yeah. Oh, bro. Hey, right there. So when you say hey to a guy like this that fights for a living, he's going to turn around. And he does. Now, I know some of you think you're pretty tough. And here's the thing. When you yell hey at someone that looks like this and they turn around and they bow up like that, please don't fake swing on them, because that's exactly what happens. So right here, right there. Now you can see in his little movement that he does the boy. He gives him the old what? If you see a man wearing an MMA shirt, not an affliction shirt, like a shirt that maybe looks like he got it for being on the card, please. In fact, fuck the shirt. Fuck the guy. Let me explain how this works in the streets. If you're not, punches are like guns. Don't pull it unless you're going to use it. Okay? There's no reason to fake throw a punch unless you want to get punched first. So doing the old, hey, bitch, is not going to get you anything but punched in the face by someone that might think, well, you're not getting the drop on me. If you act like you're going to throw a punch at me, I'm going to counter. That's what guys who are trained to fight do. If you do like that and you start to draw that back, they don't know. They're not going to give you time to, well, is he faking it or not? No, that's when you get that whap whap. You never had that whap whap? That's that whap whap. That's the whap whap. You don't want the whap whap. When the whap whap comes out, it's over with. And this is exactly what happened. My man was feeling himself. He's feeling tough. He's like, I'm telling you, man, I'm a badass. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, bro. Don't let this tie fool you, fam. I don't give a, oh, hey. Hey, man. Hey, bro, you don't want none of this. Whap, whap. I'm telling you. Now, look, so Shock says this was all too perfect. Shock says this is all too perfect, but I'm going to show you why I believe this video to be real. Now, I could be wrong. But here's why I believe this video was real. After he got hit with that whap whap, look, hey, whap whap. So first of all, the cameraman freaks out. If he was ready for that, he would have held steady with the shot. But that surprised him. Now also watch the head jerk. Whap! Like that. That's how you get knocked the fuck out. Remember what I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all? Chad, hey, Chad, what have we talked about in a fight? If someone walks up on you like that, first thing you don't do is, hey, what? Man, you better, what? Boy, you better be, what? No, fam. If that dude walked up on me, first thing I'd have done would be like, hey, fam, I don't want to fight you, but look, you're not knocking me out. No, dude, I don't want to fight you. I just meant, excuse me, but also don't be all, hey. So he did this. He didn't do this. I mean, he did the what? And then whap, whap. He got hit with that whap, whap. Watch his arm. Bam. Okay, now, so the cameraman freaks the fuck out. Everybody's looking like, oh, shit. His head damn near looked like a Bugs Bunny thing and fucking, you can see the way that, watch when his head looks up. That's how you know the old boy got fucked up. Right there, right there, right there. See, watch that slowly now. Here's the thing. If you're faking it, right? If someone is going to throw a fake punch, what do? You go, oh. You don't look up. But when you get knocked the fuck out, blah, boop, that's what happens. So that's why I think one, if this would have been fake, he would have done like this and fallen in that direction. But what happened is he did that, his head went up, and then he fell straight back. Now watch his arm when he's on the ground. Watch his right arm. But bam! Oh! You see that? You see that arm sticking up like that? That is delayed reaction, knockout, frozen, stiff, like a board kind of shit. Anybody faking it wouldn't know to do that. They would flop like they were dead. But that, look, that's getting knocked the fuck out. So I think this is real. And as you know, I'm going to always teach you guys what to do in these situations. One, don't be douchebag in the tie. Two, don't flex on a man and pretend like you're going to throw a punch and not throw the punch and expect not to get hit. Now, there are people online that are saying, I can't believe he did this. This wasn't justified. I'm going to tell you right now. Most grown-ass dudes, if you tried to flex on them and pretend like you're going to punch them, if they have any kind of training, their first reaction isn't going to be like, oh, they're going to counter. Whap, whap. They're going to hit you with that whap, whap. That's just how it goes. So my advice, if you're in this situation and you want to be Billy Badass with the tie, don't fake it, throw it. Don't fake it, throw it. Just punch that dude. Fuck him. Go out. If you're going to go out on your shield. Get your lick in. This dude got 0 licks in. He got in a hey. Hey! That was the whole fight. That was the whole fight. So throw your punch. Get your lick in. Get knocked the fuck out. Great. 1, don't fake punches. 2, put your goddamn hands up. And 3, don't pick fights with dudes that look like they know how to fight. That's simple. And no, I don't blame old Joe Schilling or whatever the fuck his name is for doing what he did. I'm not mad at the guy. No, he could have been more polite. Hey, excuse me, buddy, you backed into me. Oh, it's all good. Hey, man, I don't want no trouble. This isn't a big deal. You don't want none of this. He could have done all that, but not everybody's like that. He didn't turn around when that guy backed into him. He simply said, get the fuck out the way, and kept walking. It was old boy that got his attention. So old boy got his attention. I got a timeout from the chat. Timeout. Ty Guy did get a timeout. And there are literally people saying, oh, that was wrong what he did. That was wrong. No, it wasn't. I just showed you why it wasn't wrong. It wasn't wrong because, one, he walked away. He got called back. Hey, come here. Let me give you one of the hot boy. Hi, no, fam. Oh, good night. And I'm gonna tell you right now. I like old boys that you got knocked the fuck out. Here's the other thing. He didn't feel it. Is he going to be sore tomorrow? Yeah, it's going to hurt. His jaw, if it's not broken, his jaw's going to be sore as fuck. But in that moment, when you get knocked out, you don't know. It don't hurt right then. I mean, maybe, back of his head might hurt if it hit the fucking bar or the chair or whatever. But Joe Pro said, I bet you $1 douche in the tie had been an ass all night. Probably. See, that Joe Pro, now that's the vibe I got. You know, Shock said that this whole same thing seemed fake. Here's what I think happened, Joe Pro, and this is a great point because this is the last point I wanted to make on this. What I think happened is this is stereotypical, I'm a badass guy. A guy like this, look how boisterous and over the top he's being. And he's like, yeah, I'll fuck this shit. Like he said, I'll dunk on fools. Yeah, I dunk. Yeah, bro, all the time. Okay? And you just get this vibe that he was kind of one of those douchey, yeah, no, man, I ain't never lost a street fight. Man, don't test. And I can dunk. Yeah, I know I'm 5'7". I don't give a fuck, bro. I got them spud web ups. You don't want this. Man, I fought a fool in the bathroom. I dunked his head in the toilet. Yeah, man, come on, fam. Undefeated. That's the vibe I get from this dude. And you get the feeling that he's been yipping and yapping for at least 20 or 30 minutes. And what I feel like happened is Joe Schilling was over there watching and it was like, man, I'm so sick of this goddamn poodle over here yapping like a Rottweiler. Let's just see what old boy is made of. Let's see if he's a badass. Let's see when I bump into him if he says or does anything. And then we saw. Gotta give him credit. This bigger dude, this bigger man walked by. Was playing. Hey, get out the way. Okay. Now, here's the problem. Look at the difference in height. Nah, that was the mistake. But look where his shoulder is. Bro, your shoulder. Here's another. Hey, chat. If your shoulders are below your opponent's nipples, just run. Just fucking run. If you are eye to nipple with this dude, you don't need to fight this man. I don't care who it is. But if you are eye to nipple with anybody, please don't fight them. Please, chat. Please don't fight this man. His shoulders are below this man's nipple. This dude, he could stand under his chin and not touch his chin. This is not okay. Don't fight this man. You got nothing to prove, big guy. Yeah, that too. You ain't got no reach. This dude is obviously more muscular than you. He's wearing a ring cage parking lot fucking shirt. I bet his ears are kind of fucked up. Let's pull up a picture of Joe Schilling on the interwebs and see if he's got cauliflower ear. That should be the number one thing you look at, by the way, in a street fight. Before you decide who to fight, just check their ears real quick. You're not always going to be able to see it. But if you could just check for me real quick and make sure they don't have cauliflower ear, you'll be doing yourselves a great service. Doesn't look like he has cauliflower ear. So see, that's not always foolproof. Here he goes. So this is the dude. That's who he picked on. Now, obviously, you can't see that from the video. Come on, fam. I'm a badass. Yeah, man, I don't give a fuck. I'll fight anybody. Man, are you serious? Anybody, anywhere. Oh, hey. Hey. Bitch, don't you know what? That night. Ouch. Got to be more careful, folks. Hey. That's a way to end strong, chat. Way to end strong. Good job. Good job. Good hustle. Good way to end strong, folks. We started off a little rough. It's a weird show today. Feel like we ended strong with a film session. Appreciate you, Christopher Meadham, for that one. We're good. Flip out here testing. 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Flip, I'm sorry you got PK'd. PK, I'm sorry you got flipped. Total Dallas, go fuck yourself. It's whatever. I love you, buddy. Just kidding. Hey, don't forget tonight, 7 to 9 p.m. The link will be on the Discord and the link will be in the Patreon. If you're a member of Patreon but you're not on the Discord, have no fear. I will post the link there. I will post the link on the Discord. You guys will join me from 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock tonight. We'll still talk some sports, We'll do a lot more bullshit, though, and have some fun. We can do some roasting if that's what you want to do. But we will do a typical Barry on Deck. Not a Twitch stream. A Barry on Deck. Okay? We will do that. Sans reads. I will spare you the commercials. Otherwise, hey, I want you to know, speaking of, it is super important that you know AP Law Group sponsors Barry on Deck. Proud sponsors of Barry on Deck. If you've been injured in an accident, please call them. 713-913-GO-AP. It is the AP Law Group. Big firm attention, small firm, big firm results, small firm attention. I screwed that up. Sorry. All right, until tomorrow or tonight, whatever. You guys do me 3 favors. Do me 4 favors. Don't pick fights. Be safe. Be kind. Love each other. See y'all tomorrow.
He's making a YouTube video!